when I was working down in Croxley Mills in the very early 70s, well, from about 1970 to 1974, something like that. And I started off on there were 6 machines down there, and I started me off on number 4, which made the 3 candlesticks, which processing, paper making, used to take them 4 hours to make a reel, but it was top quality, 100% rag, I think it was, the paper. There was hardly any wood fibre or anything like that in it, you know, what we call a pulp, you know. And then I graduated to number 2 machine, which used to make the famous Croxley Script, which is the stuff that most officers used and photocopies and everything back then, you know. And that was the fastest machine in the country at the time, you know. And I used to work the continental shifts, which were 12-hour shifts. And as you were talking to a chap before, he was talking about holidays. There was never no holidays apart from 2 weeks shutdown, when all the machines shut down, and then they done all the maintenance and whatever, because they never used to like the machines shutting down whatsoever. Even when there was problems halfway up the machine, they would not want to break the web, because it was so awkward to get the web onto the dryers and everything again, you know.
Yeah.
So it was very hard work, providing nothing went wrong, you know. It was okay. The idea was just to take a reel out every hour, you know, and if that was okay, and everybody was happy. But when something went wrong, then it was really hard work. You know, you could work for 12 hours just carrying what you call broke out, you know, where the machine had broken down somewhere, and they let it stack up because they didn't want to cut the web. So they expected you to try and get it back on the reel again, you know, and this is where they come in. It was quite hard, but it was all, when they used to, what you do, they used to bring the water jet across and make a little stream of paper, which you could feed onto the rope feed around all the drying drums, then through the size tanks, and then through the finishing rollers, like. And then, but when everything was sorted out, the problem was sorted out, they used to just push the jet across, and then the full sheet had come across again, you know. So it was you have to be good at what you were doing, because it could also be very dangerous as well.
I was going to say, if you got broke, you're trying to feed back on.
Well, yeah, and you'd have to do it by hand, and then you used to have a feed roller, and if you didn't take your fingers out in time, you know, it'd give you a nasty bang. And then, of course, you know, you wouldn't want to be dragged in between them finishing rollers. But most people knew what they were doing, you know. But I enjoyed it down there. I was down there for 4 years. And as our friend said before, you know, the money was very good, and also there was always plenty of overtime, and I had no commitments. I was a single bloke, and I don't know why I'd done it sometimes, but I used to work all the time. But it was nice to get your money stacking up in the bank, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I learnt a lot there, and a lot of good lads, you know, because you could walk around and play football anything. You know, there's that much room in there. Or sit there playing cards. But we used to have a special little area where you could sit there, have your dinner, smoke even. You could smoke in the paper mill. And, you know, as long as everything was done, the paper was on the deal, they didn't give a damn. And it was clean and tidy. Because we used to go into work with just shorts, well, change into shorts, Wellington boots, and that was it, and an old T-shirt. You wore the T-shirt when you were in the side pit, in case it dripped on your back or anything like that, you know, because that's like when you're feeding through the side bit. But yeah, it was great, you know.